Hello everybody, welcome back to Made at Midnight, and in this attack we're not going to use any spells. Get the Circle of Death, hoping that I connect, because I planned out this attack to the nines, and if this does not load in, it's all for nothing. Alright, so we're managing to start to load in. Alright, we're in, and we're going to put the Flame Flinger over here at the left, at this Archer Tower, because I want to take out the Archer Tower, the Ricochet Cannon, the Wizard Tower, and the Air Defense. And crucially, I would like to also take out this Bomb Tower to the left of the Monolith. Since the Monolith and the Bomb Tower are tight together, the Fire Spirits from the Flame Flinger, when it does damage on the Bomb Tower, will also do damage on the Monolith. So, very important little note right there. Alright, so sending in some Yetis at these Wizard Towers. I want to create a funnel for the AQ. AQ is supposed to walk left. And a really nice trick that you can do is you drop a Yeti down on the defense and then also drop a Rocket Loon on top of the same defense. The Yeti and the Rocket Loon will work through the first defense, Yeti will die, and the Yeti Mites will spring forward and take out a second defense. So it's a buy one, get one half off scenario. Alright, so now we're working in. We want to get into this Rage Tower compartment, got the BK, and you'll notice all these Ice Golems, we're just going to stall up defenses with the Ice Golems. This army is all about hero synergy. We're using the best hero synergies that you can possibly use in the game. We have the Magic Mirror on the AQ, we have EQ Boots to open up these walls, we have Spikey Ball to help damage some defenses, and the very most important thing about this strat is that you have the Rage Vial on the Warden with Eternal Tome in behind the AQ. So you have the Rage Vial powering the AQ charge, and when the AQ encounters damage, when you think she's about to go down, or you see a red air bomb farm, you just pop the Eternal Tome, save the AQ, and what's really crazy now is that we have the Giant, so that can also help tank and act in the core as what the Ice Golems are doing on the outside of the base, which is just stalling up and freezing defenses. So now working through the core, activate the Rocket Spear ability for the RC. Go ahead, pop AQ ability. Now the Giant's out taking. Also, we're able to direct target that Monolith that we weakened with the Fire Spirits earlier and just use one Rocket Loon to take it out. Also had an Ice Golem to stall up the BK, sending in some Headhunters. And you'll notice these Ice Golems, they just get sprinkled outside of the base, freeze up defenses, let the heroes do their magic. And yeah, this is absolutely the strongest strat in the game if you want to swag spells. All spells swagged, didn't need to use any of them, so definitely give this strat a try. And also, definitely make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because this is, while very powerful strat, it is also base dependent. So it's really nice to locate bases that have excellent AQ charge capabilities. There's also a Giant Arrow Zap version, a Fireball version, Spirit Walk version, and even a Skelly Donut version. So make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on, because it's only going to get crazier from here, if you can believe it. Alright, so here we have Headshots, excellent Fireball Warden player. One of the best I've ever seen. And he's coming in with the Flame Flinger from the left. You'll notice while I was talking before, he had to deal with some skeletons and witches to keep his Flame Flinger alive. So now he takes his Warden into this Invis compartment, direct targets the multi-gear tower, and clears out the entire compartment. Just has this multi-Inferno Tower left, which is really no problem. Multi-Inferno Tower is not bad against your heroes, unless it's picking off your healers. So he's letting his Warden work down here to the left, using 4 loons. 4 loons being 20 housing space is enough housing space to pull the Warden to whatever direction you want. So he likes to use 4 loons, and the 4 loons help to soak up traps and pull the Warden right out to where he wants in the base. So now he creates a funnel up top, going to meet up his BK and AQ. You want to meet up the BK and AQ because you need the BK to tank for the AQ, and you also need his EQ boots to open up walls for the AQ. Sends in an Ice Golem. Ice Golem's very OP. Takes out this first Expo, and you'll see this channel. The walls blocking off the BK and the AQ from the Town Hall are right next to the Town Hall, so he can just use his EQ boots now, open up a channel right to the Town Hall, direct targets this multi-Inferno Tower. Warden still working strong down here at 6. Flame Flinger got all this value on the backside, so now these back-end heroes become much more manageable. Pushing through into the base, uses AQ ability, Magic Mirror, Giant OP. He's got some druids healing up his AQ. Got a rage. Honestly, he probably didn't even need that rage. Got the Warden working still, meeting up with all of his troops, everything converging. Swags 10 of the 13 Rocketloons he started with, 5 spells, and his RC. Absolutely insane hit, amazing base recognition. And guys, make sure to like and subscribe, because these war recaps are basically just in-depth breakdowns of bases so that you can identify bases and dismantle them to give you the most fun experience in Clash of Clans. Because it used to take forever to train these special armies, but now with instant armies, identify a base, customize your army, and absolutely destroy it. It's a lot of fun. So here we have Ninja, and he's coming in with some super miners. He likes to do this super miner attack. It's really fun to watch. Doing this Spirit Walk, runs into some bombs, huge bomb trap. Loses the Spirit Fox very early. And he's trying to take out these Fire Spitters, because Fire Spitters, they will peel off your healers. They are one of the most dangerous defenses in the game. And when you're always doing an attack, if you're doing a Spirit Walk, you at least want to try to take out one Fire Spitter. So he clears out this entire middle, so now he can pick which side he wants to deploy on. So he sends in from this right corner at 3, creating a funnel up here at 12, and he's going to try to cut off the pathing for the super miners to force them towards the Town Hall. P.E.K.K.A.'s out in front of the AQ, tanking. Got an Ice Golem right in front of that Ricochet Cannon. Whenever you see an outside Ricochet Cannon, if you can free up some troop space to use an Ice Golem on the Ricochet Cannon, it's definitely wise to do so. So now super miners moving in towards the core. Dark Orb right over the Town Hall. Freezes up some of these back-end defenses as well. He's got the Metal Pants on the Minion Prince, and he's running Metal Pants because this is not an air-heavy army, and he needs the Metal Pants to help protect the Minion from air traps. If he was to do a Dragon attack, he would be using the Henchman puppet on the Minion Prince, because the Drags would be with the Minion Prince, testing for traps, and also distracting air targeting defenses. Minion Prince goes to Phoenix. Phoenix on Minion Prince, absolutely OP. 8 seconds of Minion Prince just demolishing everything. And another great thing about the Phoenix, out in front of these healers, testing for traps. More than enough super miners left. Created excellent pathing in this base. Once the Town Hall went down, it was just a very nice counterclockwise finish of the base. And so excellent base recognition again. Took out those Fire Spitters next to each other, created great pathing. And awesome attack to Ninja. Really fun watching these hits. And as you've noticed, this series focuses on different attacks for different bases. With instant armies, it's really fun to base identify and select the proper strat accordingly. So here we go with Kupo. He's doing Super Witches, and he direct targets this Monolith, and he's able to take out the enemy AQ in the process. So now he's letting the Warden work with the Rage Vial. Got some loons to test for traps. Also has this Sneezy with the projectiles that will pull red air bombs. Drops a Baby Drag to take out this free Ricochet Cannon on the outside. Very nice base recognition. And the most problematic experience that you can have while running the Sneezy on the Warden is if one of the Sneezy's projectiles goes towards the Town Hall and lures some Fire Mites to your healers. So with this base, he's able to get his troops out in front of the defense, so it's okay to run Sneezy. Otherwise, I favor the Owl or the Frosty on the Warden if I'm starting at the Clan Castle side. So everything's good. I'm dealing with enemy Clan Castle. Pathed all his troops towards the Town Hall, AQ out at 3, super minions coming in to also help create the funnel in towards the town hall. BK out in front. BK is about to go to ability with his EQ boots and open up everything in the core. Entire core opened up. Takes out one of the fire spitters. Fire spitters are absolutely nasty. RC down here at 6, helping to clean out the bottom, and also helping to synergize with the AQ so they can work together. AQ to ability. I really like this hero equipment he selected on the AQ. He's got the Giant that's now out tanking for the AQ and the RC, and he also had the healer puppet giving the AQ some more health, and the healers might also transfer over to this RC if the RC encounters so many defenses. So this was a really great attack by Kupo. Really great plan. Only a couple defenses left. Really like that AQ hero equipment selection. A lot of times you see the magic mirror and the Giant. Giant's still alive and well. Giant's like a second BK. If you do not have this equipment, make sure you get it because it is a game changer. Here we have Merrick, and he's coming in with some Root Riders. He's got Snake Bracelet on his BK. He's got the Giant Magic Mirror on his AQ. Healing and Eternal on the Warden. And he likes to run the Rocket Spear on the RC. And I really like using the Rocket Spear on the RC, at least watching them in the Root Rider attacks, because when you pop the Rocket Spear, you can outrange Ricochet Cannons and Multi-Archer Towers. And what's really nice about the Rocket Spear is it allows you to manipulate the timing of the attack. Because if you pull the Rocket Spear, then the RC pauses in the base, and it allows the Root Riders and the Valks to push forward in front of the RC and tank for the RC. Because a lot of times when the RC is in the mix with all the troops, the RC is only targeting defenses, so the RC will work ahead and get in front of the Valks, and she's faster than the Root Riders, so we'll get in front of the Root Riders too. So if you use the Rocket Spear, you can pause the RC, let the Root Riders and Valks come up in front of the RC and keep the RC safe and alive for a lot longer in the raid. So he clears out this entire bottom section of these 2 compartments of defenses. So now his Root Riders, he's going to be able to pad them directly into this town hall. Pulls some enemy CC troops, lures them to 9 o'clock, and he's just going to deal with them and also help to remove some trash. So now he's sending in BK. BK's got the Snake Bracelet, so the snakes can help distract. This hero hall has an insane amount of hit points. So now he's got the AQ, and the AQ is going to be benefiting from the BK and the snakes. They're going to be out tanking and distracting for the AQ. So now he can direct path right to the town hall. RRs, Valks, RC, Loons, healers, and he's running the Sneezy. And Sneezy on the Warden is absolutely OP when it comes to Root Rider attacks, because the projectiles from the Sneezy will trigger the red air bombs, and a lot of times when you encounter a red air bomb, it will remove all your healers. This way your healers stay alive and well throughout the entire attack, and a lot of times Sneezy, despite there not being a heavy air army, the Root Riders, a lot of times the Sneezy survives till the end of the raid. So it's just absolutely insane. Yeah, look at how far Sneezy is hanging back. So he overgrows the Fire Spitters and the merged tower, because the Fire Spitters are absolutely deadly and he wants to keep his healers alive. Now he's past the Fire Spitters, and when his overgrowth wears off, he's right next to the Fire Spitters, so he can just freeze and take them out immediately and not let them have a long time of firing on his troops. And you can see Sneezy's still alive, still throwing projectiles. Base is absolutely crushed. Awesome base recognition by Merrick. And scrolling over to the right, we're going to see that he's running 3 Yetis in his troop launcher. So here we have Boomer coming in with Yeti Clone Blimp. Going to send the Blimp in towards the Town Hall. Rage Clone, destroy the entire center core of the base. Create nice thin channels for the AQ and the Drags to stay clumped up and together and synergize as well as possible. So he uses the AQ ability, takes out one of these sweepers, clumps the Drags, so the Drags push in, take out the defenses that are targeting the AQ, Rage, Clone, right next to the Town Hall, right next to these multi-Inferno Towers. And notice how the dragons down here at 6 were able to take out the multi-archer tower for the AQ. Now the AQ is encountering this ricochet cannon and the enemy RC. So he uses the freeze and also sends in the RC to help support his AQ, trying to keep his AQ alive as long as possible. Still got some drags helping to distract. However, most of his drags are up here at the top left channel. And as you can see, he has the owl selected for his Warden and not the Sneezy. And the reason for that is that he's running with 3 Dragon Riders, which means less dragons to help target the enemy heroes. And with the owl can actually help kill the enemy heroes. So if you were running all drags, go ahead and use the Sneezy. But if you feel like you need some extra help to take out enemy heroes, feel free to use the owl. All defenses down, just clearing up some trash. Awesome hit to Boomer. So here we have Sam X coming in with Super Witches again. And he likes to bring 1 Furnace to help create a funnel with his AQ. Got the Angry Jelly on the Warden. The reason you use the Angry Jelly is to remove as many defenses between the Warden and where you want to put your Fireball. So then you can invest as few invisibility spells as possible. Loon to test. I believe he's going to try to Fireball these Fire Spitters. Rage to keep Warden healthy. He's encountering the enemy AQ, Scattershot, bunch of defenses. Also a Fire Spitter. Look at the range of the Fire Spitter. 3 Invis, drops the EQ, and destroys the Fire Spitter. Nice Fireball to Sam. Letting the Warden finish up. He wants his Scattershot out of the road before he deploys his Super Witches, and the reason he wants that Scattershot out of the road is because the Super Witches would not be able to reach that Scattershot, and the Scattershot would eventually, as the Warden and the Super Witches push to the right, target his healers. So he's already created a funnel at the right side with his Archer Queen, Magic Mirror, Giant, Furnace, and Siege Barracks. So his Super Witches will be able to push directly into the Town Hall. Got a Loon out to test for traps. Ice Golem walking in behind. AQ steps up into the middle too. And he's going to let his army beat through this wall to give him access to the Town Hall so he can save his jump spell for the back end. BK wrapping around with the Giant. And he's running Furnaces out of his CC. So Furnaces, Giant, BK, all clearing the trash on the right side. So all of his Super Witches and Archer Queen can push straight through the middle. There's the jump. Going to take out the Monolith. Base is over. Awesome hit, Sam. Notice the RC up here at 12, benefiting from the tanking of the Giant. Got a whiz in behind the King, helping speed him up so he stays in the conversation. RC2 ability, Rocket Spear, and the Seeking Shield. Outranges the defenses, a freeze. Gonna time the Spikey Ball. Actually, he's just gonna not even use it. Awesome hit. For our last hit, we have Cuser coming in with some Super Hogs. And when you're running Super Hogs, you always want to use the Life Gem on the Warden. And you run the Life Gem because it gives an extra health boost to your Super Hogs. And then when the Super Hogs get hit by the defenses and just become Riders and Hogs, they also get a boost from the Life Gem. A nice 2-for-1. So he's creating a nice little funnel, doing a Spirit Charge. Takes out this Expo. Stepping up for this Tesla. Going to take out the Ricochet Cannon. Recalls RC. And now he's sending in his heroes at the left corner, using a Yeti to create a funnel on that wizard tower, sending in his log launcher with an EQ to help damage these walls so the logs can push through the walls faster. BK goes to ability, EQ boots. Nice thing about having the log launcher and the EQ with EQ boots is if one fails, the other one should succeed. So I was working in towards the town hall, pathing directly towards it. Gonna have to deal with these ice golems, and since the enemy was running some loons with the ice golems, have to go ahead and put that poison down. So now he sends in the super hogs from 12 with the RC, and the nice thing about sending them in at 12 is he's able to deal with his enemy minion prints right away. AQ about to go to ability. Town Hall down before even needing to go to ability. Prevents some of these cloned queens from having to take out or endure some Giga Inferno. Dropping the heals where the hogs go. Still has an RC ability to use, and I believe he's also using the Rocket Spear. Yep, he's also using the Rocket Spear to do the exact same thing that Merrick does, which is using the Rocket Spear to create distance between the defenses and your RC to let the other troops get in front of your RC to distract for the RC. So yeah, base absolutely wrecked. Look at all these hogs left. Really fun strats. So yeah, the series just to show you how much fun you can have in Clash. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching, and see you again next time. Bye.